Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, to All Things Korean. In this video, I'm going to follow up on the last video I did, not the last one, I think it was 2 videos ago. I did 5 ways to say yellow in Korean. I'm going to continue on the color series, if I can call it a series, and I'm going to do 6 ways that you can say blue in Korean. Now, if you have already studied colors in Korean, or if you've learned them already, you probably were taught that blue is 파랑 or 파란색. Now, the adjective form is paratha. If you say it in a noun form, then it's 파랑 or 파란색. And this is the standard blue. This is number 1. If you look at the dictionary, the Korean dictionary, give me a second. Okay, so if you look at the Korean dictionary, it says 맑은 가을 하늘이나 깊은 바다, 새싹과 같이 밝고 선명하게 푸르다. So in the dictionary, the word paratha is compared to a clear autumn sky, or the sea, the ocean, it's blue water, and 새싹. 새싹 means sprout, so it's a plant. And you would usually associate that with green, but it's also used in the dictionary definition of paratha. I will get to that in a second. So you have your standard blue. Number 2 is 새파랗다. As I mentioned in the yellow video, if you add 새 in front of a color word, it just means very or very vivid. 새노랗다 is a vivid yellow. 새파랗다, it just means it's very, very blue, vivid blue. Number 3 is 푸르다. Now, 푸르다 and 파랗다 actually mean the same thing. I looked it up in the dictionary and they literally give like the same definition. But here is where it gets a bit confusing. So for a language that is supposed to be really descriptive when it comes to colors, Korean actually uses the same word for both blue and green. 푸르다 can mean blue, but it can also mean green. For example, I can say 파란 하늘, blue sky. I can also say 푸른 하늘, also means blue sky. I can say 푸른 바다, like the Korean drama 푸른 바다의 전설. I haven't watched it, but it's an example. And you can also say 파란 바다, blue sea, ocean. The thing is, you can also use 푸르다 for leaves, 푸른 잎. And you can even say 푸른 나무, like green trees, leaves, all these things that we would normally associate with green, we still use the word 푸르다. Here's another fun fact. The word for green in Korean is 초록색, 초록, but this is a Sino-Korean word. There is actually no native Korean word for green. It's just 푸르다. So we have native Korean words for red, 빨갛다, yellow, 노랗다, and black, 까맣다. But there is no word for green. It's just 푸르다. 푸르다 means blue, it means green. 파랗다 is also blue, but sometimes it's green. Now let me tell you how I would distinguish 파랗다 and 푸르다, although I'm probably not 100% correct. I would associate 푸르다 with something more fresh and naturey. Also, 푸르다 is used more for green, but you don't use the word 파랗다 for green, with the one exception being traffic lights, because when we say green light, in Korean we say 파란불, even though it's green. Anyway, getting back to my point, so 푸르다 is supposed to be for fresher things, I guess. Sprouts, leaves, water, skies. Although they actually can be used interchangeably. I am actually just confusing myself right now, so I apologize if I'm confusing you guys too as well. Okay, I'm just going to 정리해. I'm just going to organize it halfway just so I can clear my head. So 파랗다, standard blue, 새파랗다, super blue, and 푸르다 is also blue, but it can also be green and is used for a lot of naturey stuff. Whereas paratha can also be used for nature, like skies and oceans and stuff, but I think it's more just used as a blue, like a blue shirt, a blue car. You wouldn't say 푸른색 차, you would say 파란색 차, assuming it were a blue car. Moving on, number 4 is paratha. Now, paratha is a murky, dark kind of blue. The best example for this and the most commonly used example would be for bruises. When you have like a blackish bluish bruise, we don't call it paratha, we call it paratha. 퍼렇게 멍들었다. Or when you are freezing and your lips turn blue because you're so cold, you might say 입술이 퍼렇다. And segueing straight into number 5, I told you that if you add 세 in front of a word, then it means very, right? But for 퍼렇다, we don't add 세, we add 시퍼렇다. So 시퍼렇다 is just a more intense version of 퍼렇다. So I can say 퍼런멍, which is like a bluish bruise, or I can say 시퍼런멍, which kind of intensifies the color, the blue, dark bluishness of my bruise, if that makes sense. And last but not least, number 6 is 푸르스름하다. Now this 스름 also seems to be a constant in all these color words. If you add something 스름하다, it usually means ish. So 푸르스름하다 is bluish. 노르스름, I think I mentioned this in the yellow video, it also means yellowish. So 푸르스름하다, it would be for something that is not completely like vivid blue, but it has like a blue tinge to it. So building on the example that I gave you earlier, I said if your lips are really cold, you can say 입술이 퍼렇다. If you want to say, ooh, your lips look a bit bluish, you can say 입술이 푸르스름한데? Or 얼굴이, your face is bluish. Are you okay? 얼굴이 좀 푸르스름하네? Or another example, maybe you're taking pictures and the pictures come out a bit bluish. You can say, 사진이 좀 푸르스름하게 나오는데? So to wrap that up, I'll go through 1 through 6 just really quickly. So number 1 is paratha, which is just your standard, regular, fresh, happy blue. 새파랗다 is super blue, very, very vivid blue. Number 3 is 푸르다, which can be used interchangeably with paratha, but encompasses green a bit more. Number 4 is paratha, which is a dark and murky kind of blue. Number 5 is 시퍼렇다, which is a very dark and very murky kind of blue. The examples I gave you were bruises and bluish lips. And number 6 is 푸르스름하다, which is a word for bluish. So a color with a bluish tinge. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you want me to continue on with the colors, please let me know. I think the only ones that I can do that have all these variations would be for red and black. All the in-between colors actually, such as orange or green or purple and the likes, I think they don't have as many descriptive expressions like all these primary colors. And I hope I didn't confuse you too much with the blue and the green. I actually never really understood why the language was like this myself. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to All Things Korean if you want to see more weird, random videos about the Korean language. If you like learning Korean, you better subscribe because I like teaching Korean. Let's share information about Korean language and culture and everything else. So I will see you in the next one. 다음 영상에서 만나요.